Clearly. Hi, my name is Anish, and I'm one of the creators of Quilt. Quilt is a data package manager that lets you install, compile, and version data. Let's see how it works. So we're going to pip install Quilt. That'll give me the Quilt command line client. And now I can use Quilt to install data packages. So the syntax is quilt install username or username space / package name. And that is going to download or materialize your package locally. And now when I do an ls, I'll see that I've got this quilt packages directory. And if I do a quilt ls, it will show me where the package resides and which packages I in fact have. Once I have installed packages on my machine, I'm going to fire up Python, and the first cool thing is that you can actually import data the same exact way that you import source code modules. So from quilt.data. Let's try that again, acarv, I'm going to import examples, and I have, boom, a tree of data frames. What is a data frame? It's just a high efficiency tabular data structure. And so when I type examples now, you'll see that it'll show me everything that's in this data package. If I keep delving deeper into the data package, I can type examples.sales, and bam, I get actual sales data. You can put anything you want inside of a data package. If I type examples.world100meter, this is just an example that I created for people to be able to play with Quilt. So examples.world100meter, bam, you've got data. In fact, these are the people who have won the 100-meter dash over the last 100 years or so. And now if I type something, you'll notice that I can also have groups. So data packages can be deeply nested if you choose. And if I type examples.winechemistry, it'll show me that there are more groups inside of it. We've got a red and a white group, and examples.winechemistry.red will in fact give me a pandas data frame. So if I type the type of examples.sales, and in fact any leaf node in the data package tree is just a pandas data frame. And the nice thing about that is I'm ready to work with my data. I can do anything you can do in pandas, and examples.sales bracket 1 will, for instance, extract the first column. Great, so that's installing data, and it makes it really simple for you to share data with others and to produce reproducible analyses. So let's look at compiling data. So the first question on your mind is probably, why would you want to compile data? Well, the answer is the same reasons that you want to compile source code. You want it to be fast, you want it to be optimal in terms of its memory footprint and its performance characteristics, and that's exactly what compiling data does here. So you'll see that I've got an Excel file here in my source directory, and what I'm going to do now is simply type quilt build acarv. I want to build a test package, and I'm going to use the auto build function, which basically will look at all the files in a directory. I could have 1,000 Excel files in there, I could have CSVs in there, it wouldn't matter, and Quilt will go through and actually convert each of those files into a binary data frame. And the nice thing about binary data frames is that they load up to 20 times faster than files, because there's really no parsing. You're just kind of copying blocks, binary blocks from disk into memory. So that is the compilation step. And finally, let's look at versioning here. So if I type quilt log, oops, I need to give it a package name. So I'm going to type quilt log acarv / examples. It'll show me the commit history, so to speak. And each data set has a unique hash, an author, and a creation date. And so now, if I want to travel time, let's say I want to test a model and I want to go back to an old version of the data, I can do a quilt install acarv / examples. But what I'm going to do now is give it a specific hash. And this will actually give me that particular version of the data set. A couple odds and ends. So I want you to know that every Quilt package also has a web page. So acarv / examples, because it's a public package, I explicitly made it public. Packages start as private by default, has its own web page. And this is just a markdown file that we automatically convert into HTML for you. It'll show you the date of the last push, the most recent version, and it'll show you how to actually install that data. And this is nice because it makes it easier for other people to discover your work. And finally, moving back to the shell, a lot of people are probably wondering why we don't use GitHub or pip for this. And the answer is those services aren't really optimized for data and won't handle large data and won't compile the data, as we've just seen. You can learn more on our website, which is just quiltdata.com, and the Quilt client is open source. So if you'd like to help us out, we'd welcome your contributions and look forward to hearing from you. Enjoy using Quilt.